Hello, so this will be a general overview of our Android application Carti, which helps you with your groceries by helping you keep track of the prices of the items in your cart. So, the first iteration, we first started off with a very basic just app that counts up and down and displays a welcome message so that we could get our feet in the water. It kind of looked like this, where you would press this button for the hello message, and then this button to count up. When we run it, it looks like this. So we press the button, it says hello, and then you keep pressing this button to count up. Our next step was to build something more representative of our app Carti. So we created this pulsating animation around a shopping cart image, kind of like the pulsating effect from apps like Tinder, where you would have two buttons. One would open the camera, and then the other one would cancel and display a message. When we ran the app, this is how it behaved. So when you would press camera, it would pulsate, and then when you press cancel, it would display a message. Perhaps this isn't the correct message, but it gives you a general idea of our of the steps we've taken in order to getting the app closer to what we imagine. So far, we have managed to get the app to do some image recognition and actually open the camera with with Google Firebase. And on our sample phone, this is what we have so far. So, a little animation shopping cart, which when we would press one of the buttons, the camera would open and the other one would close the camera. This is what we have so far for our Android app, Carti. Thank you.
As far as our progress for the first increment of the project, we implemented our first iteration of the text recognition module called under mainActivity.java. And using the API, using various methods, we fed the image to the Firebase object and processed the text. So this is actually running the text recognition. The text recognition, when you run it, has two buttons. Has the camera button to open up the camera and take the picture, and then once he confirms the picture, he has the button to detect it, and that's when it spits out the actual string. It works with varying degrees of success. We tried it out with other images and it spits out unwanted characters, but we're still polishing it, still not done. And as far as the GUI goes, this is our welcome screen, and we implemented a little graphic animated image there with the Carti app name there.
So as you can see here, at least in a basic sense, here's our Android application running on a physical device at this moment. You can see our simple interface we have going right now. Obviously, there's still a bit to go with the UI, but as of right now, I can take a picture with this phone of a certain price, as you see this number here, which I'll do in just a moment, and then click the detect button, and with that, I'll be able to return the price to the screen. So here we go for a quick demonstration. I click the camera button. I then close in on that price right there, take a photo, click this check mark button, and then I go ahead and click detect, and you see the $5.99 displayed there on the screen from that picture. So that's our start for this first iteration. As we keep progressing with this app, we continue to add more features, sum up those totals, and refine our user interface. Thank you.
So far for the project, we haven't had too many changes. There are two major changes so far that we've had. So one is the camera and the way we capture the prices. Initially, we thought about doing a live stream camera so we don't have to keep clicking back and forth between the camera to capture the prices. But we looked deeper into it and discovered it was more difficult than we thought initially. So we decided to stick to a camera that takes individual photos and allows the user to confirm the total and take another photo for the next item they want to add to the total of the cart. Also, for the UI, we thought about doing a slide to open the camera just so it looks better, but we elected to stick to a button. It'll just be easier, and maybe later on, if we have time, we can look into the slide to open.
For the next iteration, we're going to add a couple different features on what we have right now. This is what we have right now, the welcome screen, and right now we have a camera button and a detect button. We're going to get rid of this detect button completely because that's not necessary. That was added in this iteration, in the first iteration, for testing purposes. And you can see this total button right here, or it's a text button. We're going to get that working and put in a place where it's not covering the camera button, and we're going to have the total printed along with sales tax. And then up here, somewhere up here, we're going to add a little shopping cart button where you can click it and it'll pull down a menu of all the items that you've pictured so far.